Welcome to yet another episode of Once a Parent. Today's episode is about self-care for parents. And today I have two wonderful guests with me on the podcast. Let us welcome Neha and Moushumi.
Hello.
Hello,
And we
Sheetal.
are grateful that you have us here, and we are really
I am so
talking
happy
about
to have you here today.
we're talking
I
about
know.
a very important
Yes, we
subject
are.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us here.
So why I call them special is because they are like my angels. There was a point in my life when I was really going through menopause and a couple of years back, and it hit me really bad. And I had given up on workout. I had given up on a lot of things. I had an unexplained weight gain, emotional mood swings, crying bouts, all of it, typically menopausal symptoms. And that's when I was really feeling very low. And as you say, you can't give from an empty cup. So I was feeling unhappy about myself. And that's the time I thought I need to do something about this problem. And I know a lot of women or a lot of parents who are watching this will also resonate with what I was feeling.
Definitely.
And that's the time when my search really started, and I met these two wonderful sisters, these siblings, Neha and Moushumi, who run a Pilate studio uh, in Pune called Pep Up Studio. And they have helped me transform my overall well-being. I've started again feeling in control of things, and yes, I can change slowly and gradually, accepting a few things, but that change is possible. So today I'm going to introduce all of you to Neha and Moushumi. Let me give you a brief introduction. So Neha is a law graduate by profession, and she started her fitness journey because of the felt need of fitness by her and her elder sister Moushumi. So she is a master's in HR and was professionally working in the IT industry. So both of them started their journey because of their own need to for fitness, and they went on to be certified Pilate trainers. They are Government of India certified yoga trainers, and they have done many more national international certifications. The list is so long I can't read it out here. Um, Plus they are young parents.
Yes.
Neha has a 5-year-old daughter, and Moushumi is a mother to a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. So, in the thick of teenage parenting.
Yeah.
And they are here to discuss with us the importance of self care. So, welcome once again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And I would like to start with your own journeys into fitness and how you really started this journey, and what are your experiences so far in this whole field of fitness.
So, basically, when I was in college, I was really overweight. And there was a point where I had put on like 15 kgs of weight. And so everybody would body shame me that time. All friends, they were like, oh, you look like a bodybuilder and stuff like that. But I wasn't motivated enough, so I would still go out, eat, and chill in the house and just Netflix. But there came a point where I still remember that day. My uncle had come home and he was like, "Oh my God, you look like a mother of two." And I was just a teenager back then.
Okay.
And that really, I felt bad. And I was like, this is it. I need to start working out. So I started going to the gym. But nothing really changed that time because I used to go to the gym and then I used to get back home and eat again. And so I started gaining more weight.
Yeah.
And I was like very demotivated even back then. And I was like, this is not happening. And this is not working out for me. Then I realized, no, I need to, follow a good diet which suits my body type. And that is when I started realizing my body. And then I started eating well and working out. And I lost 15 kgs within no time.
Wow.
Like, of course, it took me 1 year. I
Yeah.
will not say like it took me like 1 month and
But
I lost
still
15
that's-
kgs. Yeah. And that is what motivated me. And then eventually I started doing yoga. That is how I started.
Okay.
And so she was the one who motivated me. She said that, why don't you start taking classes? So I did my certification in yoga and I started taking home trainings initially. And then after my marriage, I was like, both of us, we needed to start a studio. We needed a place where we could, have all our things together.
Hmm.
And that is how we started our studio.
Superb.
And that is my fitness journey.
So for me, I have married early, and I was already a mother of the second child, and had put on way lot more of weight which I could handle. Yeah, and I was very depressed also. I was doing a certain certification with regards to diet that time when I was pregnant, but that wasn't a motivator enough for me. And as Neha was, doing her university, she was in university and she was doing her yoga certification,
Okay.
yoga. So that time she was the one who, when I motivated her to train, she was the one saying, "Okay, why don't I start with you?"
Arre wah.
So
Okay.
that's how she used to come home and make me move.
Yeah.
And that really, that movement and that push started getting me more and more onto my feet. I started becoming more active. That's the day I realized that, this is something I really like. I do not want to go back to the IT industry. This is something I really love. And that's how we started doing certifications together.
Yeah.
And then it was no looking back. Because fitness wasn't like only a profession for us. It was a passion for us.
Right.
Because we had seen the transformation it brings within us as parents and as young parents, the transformation that it got within me, and I wanted to motivate every parent around me, because I had so many friends who were just had
Correct.
given birth, and they were in a similar journey like
Correct,
mine.
correct, correct.
So that's how we really started the studio.
How
Yeah.
nice is that? It's so inspiring, but it starts with, so charity begins at home, as you rightly say, and then it started
Absolutely.
with you, and that's how now you're on this journey of helping so many people like me also. I mean, thank God you did that.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a decade now, more than a decade that
More
we are
than,
doing
yeah.
this, and
Yeah.
it's really nice that exercise really changes lives. It
Yes.
is a fact. It changes lives.
It does. It really does. I mean, a lot of things change when you just start moving. So, especially young mothers, and in our society, what happens is, I would like to lay stress emphasis on mothers, basically, or
Yeah.
women. For that, we always put ourselves in the last rung as far as the priority list is concerned,
Absolutely.
and working out consistently becomes the last thing that most of the women do, whereas in the Western world, that's not
That's not the
so.
case. Yes.
But in India, and then that actually uh, impacts all your relationships and aspects of life also.
Absolutely. Right.
So as a mother, as a young parent, how did really fitness really help you in your own parenting journey?
So when I delivered my daughter, I had put on like good 23 kgs of weight.
Wow.
So yeah, but before, like, there was like 1 month of inactivity. My 9th month, I was training till my 8th month, but the 9th month I was like, I'll just take it slow and I will rest it out and all. But that inactivity actually, got me into depression. And because of the depression, to be very honest, when I delivered my child, the first day was overwhelming. And from the second day, I was into postpartum depression. And that didn't go well with me. So when I came back home from the hospital, I was holding my baby and I couldn't connect with her. And I was wondering why. So I
Yeah,
called
the
her.
most joyous moments of your life.
Absolutely. And I would call my husband and say that, I am not feeling very happy. So he would say, no, this is just a change in life. You will get through it. Don't worry. Then I called her and I told her, the truth is, I really cannot connect with my child. Why is it happening to me?
Yeah. And she was crying. She was
I
like,
was
I cannot
crying
connect.
and I was just very depressed.
Oh.
So she told me, no, you know what? You need to start your activity. I'll come home tomorrow and we need to start training. So we had a reformer at home and she just
The
got
Pilate
me,
reformer.
yeah,
Yes.
and she just got me doing like good 10 minutes of workout, just some movement. And that really changed everything for the better. So, and then that was how I started, working out and doing things. And then, so that was the biggest low of my life because I couldn't connect with my daughter. And then on there were like all happy moments. And
Kya baat hai?
yeah.
How nice. I mean, that just starting, getting on your workout
Absolutely.
routine helped you to get out of that block that you develop, the postpartum depression
The
that you really
postpartum
had.
depression, yes.
Yeah, and it's real. I mean,
It's
It is real.
It is real.
So for me, juggling two kids, as many parents do,
Yeah.
right? So I think my kids are just hardly 4 years apart, and juggling these two kids with their, tantrums and their growing up, plus handling the house and going out, working, etc., was obviously getting a lot too much.
Yeah.
But exercise, when anybody exercises, for me, when I exercise, I'm a better parent. I'm a completely different person.
Okay.
When I don't exercise, I realize that I'm screaming, I'm shouting for no reason,
Okay.
or I'm getting angry or getting, unhappy with things.
Yeah.
And the moment, the day I exercise, I exercise almost every day.
Okay.
But if there is any day which I'm relaxing and I don't want to exercise, I still move. That movement, little movement, also makes me happy.
Yeah.
And as this journey really changed me as a parent, because I had more energy to multitask first. Then I was more happier. I would take things by the stride. I wouldn't get upset by them. And I think this is very important, that you need that energy, your good energy, to flow in your kids.
Yes.
Because the moment you are depressed, you are angry, you are anxious, it is all going to come down to them. They are like clay, they are just absorbing, they're like sponge, they're just absorbing.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really important that a parent should be happy, active, and not lethargic, because it completely changes the environment of the house.
Absolutely.
So for me, it was a game changer. It was a complete game changer. I had so much energy that I wanted to do so many other things with my kids.
Right.
And I'm very happy that I've taken this decision. I took the decision that time that no, I want to go in this, profession. And I'm very happy
it's
for
so
it.
amazing that even after, like, you're helping so many others to really cope up with the
Yes.
challenges. And individually, I feel like every person, uh, whether they are, even I see young children even before they get married, there's so much lack of motivation at
Yes.
times to really
There
push
is, yes.
yourself to get into the workout routine. So there are so many things that really it's easy to give up on things, because nowadays you've got your phone, you get hooked to the screens, and then it's difficult to get yourself moving. So what really what is that motivation in both of you, that you are at it all the time? I mean, that intrinsic motivation.
So, well, I feel, we do not look at exercising as, that, oh God, I have to go and do something, right? As work,
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
love to do something, like if somebody loves to paint,
Yeah.
you automatically pick up your paintbrush and you
Yes.
paint.
Yes.
It's like that for us.
So exercise is like that for us. Yes.
And that happens only and only if you're consistent. You have that. Consistent is the key. If you're consistent, it is the key.
Yeah.
Nowadays in the social media world, you have instant gratification, right?
Yes.
You get instantly high
Yeah.
with everything. You can, if you want to see a place or
Yeah.
you go to a place, you can watch it on your screen.
Correct.
And you have instant gratification.
Correct.
But the body going through a change with regards to strength, flexibility, functionality, and that boost that it gives you back,
Yeah.
it is absolutely uncomparable. And that is how we end up every day exercising.
And that is what
after
makes
training.
us happy.
So after training also.
After
Yeah.
Yes.
training.
And that is what makes us happy.
Yeah.
So if we are not happy from within, we
Yeah.
cannot make anyone happy around us.
Yeah. I would like to ask you about certain experiences you have with your clients. Any specific things that stand, any specific cases which you could, really transform lives due to adding fitness routine to their lives. So any cases which you remember, or any of your clients that you remember.
There are
Generally.
many.
There are
like
many, yes.
many. Like if we go on speaking about this, there are many.
No, please, because
But-
what happens is, the more it is personal, the more it is universal. These
Yes.
experiences shared will help a lot many more people relate to the problems that they are also going through.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, as you know, we like to connect with everyone.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you can't connect, you do not understand what that person is going through.
Yeah.
Say one fine day, a person is, say, feeling sad, depressed, and he or she comes to the studio and they are not in a mood to, you know, work out. That is because of what they're going through in their mind. So you need to understand each and every person is different. They are going through different things in their life. But that connectivity helps us to, you know, make them move better, motivate them, and exercise better. And that is what changes. Yeah, you need to understand everybody's mentality, body type is different, everything. You cannot just give the same kind of workouts to everyone. So somebody is strong, somebody isn't.
Yeah.
And what is going on in your mind is how your body is going to react.
Correct.
So
Yeah, so true.
Yeah.
It is.
So we have experiences like one of our A clients. She was on depression pills for 7 years, 7 long years, and high dosage of depression pills.
Okay.
Somehow, fortunately, she took the decision to come to the studio.
Okay.
And she started coming like, thrice a week. She said, I would want to join thrice a week. And she started coming in regularly now. Within the first 2 weeks, she comes back to us saying that this is what I'm loving to do. I would want to come every day.
Right.
Now, we were okay with her coming every day. And in a month, she comes back to us and she hugs us and she starts crying. I was like, what's wrong? What is wrong with you? I mean, are you fine? Do you want to sit down and not work out? She said, no, I want to work out. I just want to tell you both that I am off my depression pills. I'm on a very low dosage after 7 years. 7
Wow.
years I've been doing therapy.
That's quite an achievement.
Yes.
Quite
7
an
years I've
achievement.
been doing therapy. I've been doing so many things to come out of depression. But this exercise and coming to the studio is what is getting me out of depression. And after 7 years, for the very first time, I'm not on any chemical dosage.
So we need to we had to understand that she was going through depression.
Yeah.
Because, she was already demotivated and she was sad from within. So we had to actually talk to her and understand what she was going through. When we understood what she was going through, we could help her out.
Relate to her and
relate to her, and get her out of it.
Yeah. That's so, I mean, that's more than people keep talking about it, that working out is something but what people find hard, I feel, especially, getting into routine is something which people
Very
really,
important.
you have gyms who are thriving on people paying yearly memberships and not
Memberships and not
turning
going at all,
up.
yes.
Yeah. So it's very difficult for in our day-to-day schedules and, the work pressures and all of it to really motivate yourself to find the time to go and exercise. So
You know what, Sheetal, I feel this is about priority, very frankly. Prioritizing yourself. If you're not fit, if you cannot, you're not fit, you're not happy, you cannot give back to the world. You cannot give back to your family.
Absolutely.
So I think this is about priority. Even if you say that in a week, I'm going to exercise thrice a week. That means you're saying within 7 days, you're giving 3 hours, only 3 hours to yourself. So, but those 3 hours are going to make your entire week better.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's about prioritizing.
Yeah.
I've got many women who come to the studio and they say that, oh no, I cannot do this, I cannot do that because my child is this thing. I've got so many things on my platter, my in-laws are unwell, etc., etc., etc. I keep on telling them, if you want to cater to all of this, just give that 1 hour to yourself. Not even every day, thrice a week,
Yeah.
1 hour to yourself. And you see how better you can do with your family.
Right.
How better you can do at work. How
Right.
better you are as a person.
Right.
So I think it's about priority, very frankly.
Yeah, and what happens is for women especially, prioritizing yourself is they equate it to being selfish.
Absolutely.
I always feel that between thinking of others at your cost and yourself at others' cost, there is something in between, the middle ground that you need to really find, and that is not selfishness. Thinking about my whole thing is about self-care. I mean, it is such an underrated
Completely.
concept, and especially with women. I don't know why this comes from where, but
Especially Indian women.
Indian women.
I would say
Especially Indian.
they
Yeah.
put themselves behind.
Yeah.
And
They will do everything for everyone, but nothing for themselves.
Yeah.
And if they do anything, they are considered selfish. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. Don't you have a small child? Or, you have priorities. Why are you doing this for yourself? You cannot. So they need to actually take permission, find time for themselves to do something.
Yeah. So you have, you obviously, since your children are young, you have so many parents, you're interacting with so many parents of that age group. So what are few of the challenges you see in today's parenting, and what is it that parents really need to also understand?
I feel parents need to understand, lead by example. If you're going to be on your phone, your child is going to be on your phone. If you're going to be working out, your child is seeing it. And the child will definitely inculcate that workout routine
Yeah,
somewhere,
correct.
and in their own lives.
Yeah,
So I really believe lead by example. You are what your child is.
Yes.
Your child is going to become you.
yeah,
So I would really request parents, social media, I mean, definitely we cannot show it off completely. We
You
are
cannot.
You cannot.
It's here to stay. It's a part of our life.
Yes, it's a part of our life. Let's accept the fact. But make time for yourself. Make time that you are fit and your child sees it. And that's how you're going to train your children. That's how
Right.
you're giving back to your child. You're inculcating better values in your children, I think.
Absolutely. You would like to say anything about the challenges that are faced by parents right now? I mean,
So as she rightly said that, because whenever you are lead by example, so if you're on your phone, your child is going to be on the phone. So the thing is, when you are doing something, make sure that you're giving 100% of it to say you're spending time with your child, you're playing a game. Give your 100% to your child. Don't be on the phone and then play a game with your child, The child is not going to like it and they cannot connect with you. And then you cannot expect that, they will connect with you when you become old. They are going to be able to, they'll do the same things for
Yeah.
us. So
yeah,
that's
so
the thing.
that you need to prioritize.
You need to prioritize everything.
And said be the role model, because they are always watching you and not listening.
They're always watching
no,
you.
no amount of lectures. You need to walk the talk,
yes,
like it or
you
not.
need to walk the talk.
Yeah.
So
once
I
you
would
are-
like to share my experience. So when my daughter has holidays, she comes with me to the studio.
Okay.
And she watches me train. So one day I was taking a relaxation meditation session, and we went back home. And so she started playing music and started meditating. And I was just observing her. And she was just calming herself down, which was a very good thing.
Yeah, of
because
course.
even kids, they get really anxious.
They do.
And because of their anxiety, they cannot express that, they're feeling anxious or stressed.
Yeah.
And they start throwing tantrums. And you start yelling at them that, why are you throwing tantrums? You're not listening to me. So you need to understand that, they're also going to feel anxious and stuff like that. So they have to also calm themselves down.
Yeah.
So she was just following me and she was doing the same thing. And she was like, Mama, when I become of your age, I want to also run a studio and I want to do the same thing. I also want to exercise.
How
So
nice
she,
is that?
she started
These are the
really
basic
young.
values that we actually
We-
set for our children, and in our homes also. This is more about developing the culture
Absolutely.
around fitness and yeah. And I mean, this meditation, I'm getting emo, because right now the biggest challenge is about managing your emotions,
Yes.
because we are living in a VUCA world, and we are like social media is a predator which is actually luring us into so many things, and then keeping yourself managing your emotions becomes very difficult, especially for parents as well as children. So yeah, so and Pilates now, how did you really turn to this form of exercise? Because it's such a brilliant form for, I mean, it's you find these studios very plenty of such studios in the Western world, but in India it's still catching up.
Yes, it's still catching up.
Yeah.
So basically, when we started doing Pilates, we were already doing yoga. Yeah, we were doing yoga, and we said that mostly in Indian community, everybody says they know yoga, but actually, most people don't know what is yoga. They don't understand that yoga is not only doing Surya Namaskars or basic asanas. It is about your yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, samadhi.
Wow.
So that means you have to first you have to have some niyam set for yourself. And then you have to do your asanas, then your pranayam. Even if you do these three things, you come into a better world of this thing. when we were doing that, we still found Pilates to be really interesting. Because again, Pilates is a form of exercise which not only concentrates on your strengthening, but it is connecting your breathing to your movement.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it is telling you how to control, how to keep control of your body,
Right.
how to really uh, be there in that moment, like yoga teaches similarly, but be there in that moment. And
Right.
as you must have realized, when we exercise, you cannot you do not have any other thoughts but your body.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's the beauty of Pilates
The
exercises.
mind and body connect is awesome.
Yes, the mind and body connect is so
Yeah.
good that there are no other thoughts flowing in your mind.
Correct.
So that's what Pilates does to you.
Okay.
So that's how we started getting drawn to it.
Right.
And once we started practicing it, we said, okay, we really need to do a proper professional course.
Okay.
And that's how we were drawn to Pilates.
Nice. And it's really a very beautiful form of
It is.
exercise and also low impact, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you rehab set it,
yes, it's for rehab. Basically, it was started as a rehab exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, it was started because Joseph Pilates was also, training people who were injured in war also.
Okay.
Yeah, ballerinas and, all the other people. But
Right.
he used to also train people who were injured in war.
Okay.
So that he started it as a rehab exercise also.
Okay.
Yeah, that was also part of it.
Right.
And we've got so many people who, we have got clients who've got spine operations done. And after their physiotherapy, after that what? Okay, there was this lady, there is this lady, sorry, who comes to the studio and she had a spine operation and she couldn't sit down. When she was even sitting on the chair, she was feeling... she
Discomfort.
had that, yes, discomfort. And she said, I feel pain. I still feel,
Okay.
pain. But today, after doing Pilates, after doing all the studio exercises, she can sit down on the floor with her legs folded and she is very agile. She
Wow.
said, this has got me back on my feet as if I'm few years younger and I never had the operation.
Oh.
So that is something that, really changed her.
Yeah.
So that's how that control over her body, her, entire body and her, breathing also really helped her.
Yeah. So that's exactly what Pilates really does. But now, all forms of exercise, we are in this world of social media. So every other day you see a reel saying this form is the best to exercise, this kind of pattern of diet is the best, you eat this, you don't eat that. Oh my God, it's confusing.
Yes.
Totally. It is very confusing. There are so many diets. I have personally gone through a couple of diets, lost weight and then got it back with a revenge
That's what happens
thing
usually.
yeah. And tried all forms of exercise, So there is gymming, there is swimming, there is walking, everything. But what is it that you suggest? Is there anything called an ideal form of exercise for somebody?
No, so see, basically, as I said before, every body type is different, every person is different. So, do exercise which suits your body. Just because somebody is lifting like 100 kgs, that doesn't mean you can do it. Maybe just a yoga flow is good for you, and that is going to change your body. So, do something that is going to suit your body. Even with diet, there are so many fad diets, or
Yeah.
people see, oh, she's drinking a smoothie at night, maybe I should do the same and I'm going to look like her, I'm going to lose weight. But no, and then that gives them acidity, gas and problem. So follow a diet which suits your gut, and that is what is going to change your body
Yeah.
and going to change your life for the better.
Okay.
So do any form of exercise that suits you. So there is
Right.
nothing like an ideal form of exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, even a walk is good. Just move your body. Movement is important.
Consistently.
Yes. Movement heals.
Movement heals.
Movement.
Movement is important.
I feel, to add on to Neha, I feel, any kind of exercise which is in the right posture, right form, and connects again your mind to your body is very important. If you feel that running makes you feel good and that is a good exercise for you, do run. But the thing is, I really don't like people just following. There are so many women who just run. I have ran this marathon. Do not do it for the media. Do not do it for somebody else's attention. There are so many people who come to the studio saying that, I ran this marathon and I have now got pain in my knees and it just won't go. Because they are not strengthening enough. They are not taking care enough. They do not know their bodies enough. So I feel any kind of exercise, first know your body. Yeah, move and see. You can try various forms. Once you try various forms of exercise, you will understand that, okay, this is good for me. I really like to do this, and this is getting me benefits with my body. And again, like and need are two different things.
I would like to again ask you a question about how do parents really go about helping their children also to get into fitness routine? What do you need to do with the children, at various age groups? How do you inculcate that habit beyond, of course, you need to be a role model, you need to prioritize yourself, but what do you really do with children also so that they get into a habit of, working out, or what is it that you would advise the parents to?
So, well, I think, as I said, we need to lead by example. That's one thing. But the other thing is that in the studio, there are many parents who get their kids along.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
I had got Anisha with me.
Yes. So many parents who get their kids along that, you just come and see or you just come and watch me. And suddenly there is an urge. One client of mine, she got her son and she said she wouldn't exercise. He's very, adamant right now. He's in his teenage. Just get him. Just get him to, have a cup of, a coffee or, whatever you want. If he wants to, if he likes to eat a biscuit, or just ask him to sit there and watch you. So he was actually sitting there and watching her. And then the next time he said that, Mom, I really want to do that, what you did. So that's how he came along with her. And I feel that, even during exam times, what I do with my son is, he's continuously studying. Usually they are doing that. And I ask him, okay, break time, come, let's do Sarvangasana. Let's do this, let's do that. I keep moving him, and I challenge him that, see, I can do this. Can you do this? Okay, I think I have better strength than you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to challenge him. They love challenges. Kids love challenges.
Yeah.
Once they feel challenged, they want to do it. Yeah. So that's how I think, that's what I do with my child. And I think parents should cultivate this kind of activity as a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like you brush your teeth every day, you have to exercise every day.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may have to do some compulsion, but once the compulsion is there, they'll slowly start liking, because they also know how their body feels.
Correct.
And especially for teenage, when they are changing,
Yeah.
their hormones are changing, they need to have some outdoor activity along with some strengthening also.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel parents should do.
Yes, and say for really young kids, like for toddlers, so you make it like a fun activity for them. That's what I do it with my daughter. So I take her to the studio and I say, let's do the aerial, let's jump on the Bosu. So it's a fun activity. So when they start having fun, they want to do it more and more. So the more, like whenever she has fun in the studio, she's like, Mama, next time I want to come with you to the studio. I want to do Bosu. I want to do the aerial. So we also have a few families coming to the studio where father and the daughter, they come because that's their family time.
That's their
How
family time.
nice. That's such a brilliant way to spend
That's
family
a
time.
quality time that they're spending together.
Because they say after that morning hour, we are all so busy that we directly meet at night.
Correct.
And that's a real nice thing that they're doing with their families. I've got 3 families who come together.
Yes.
That's
These families,
brilliant.
Yes.
And not only like for kids who are in school, we have even people who are in college and they come with their parents. Suppose they have started coming, then they have introduced their parents to fitness, and that is how. It's the other way around.
Also, not just parents doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's superb. And that makes life, that bond so much more meaningful, right? When you're working out together.
Absolutely.
So we were just, the previous episode was all about sports, introducing sports and playing as a culture basically in the family, which is so important. So similarly this. And now so many communities have got gyms, buildings have got gyms which are lying not being utilized. So these cultures can be built within communities and within, I think, families also. That will make a huge difference, I feel. So, So, what other challenges have you really faced with, your clients coming in, like anything more you would like to share about any cases which were really critical and then went through a transformation, both mentally and physically, because
Right.
mental health is something which we don't talk about, but
So we had this girl who was in 9th standard, and she had just got in 10th standard. I don't know, she was feeling, God knows why she was feeling. Her parents were not even pressurizing her.
okay.
Maybe peer pressure, what? She was feeling extreme pressure about her 10th standard. And she was losing hair, she was having a lot of pimples, she was gaining weight, and she was not feeling well at all. So somehow her mother introduced her to us, and she started coming in the studio. And again, within like 2 months of her exercise routine, first she used to bunk. Yeah, she would say that I'm not well, I don't want to come, etc. She would make reasons, but her mother pushed her. Yeah, no, I think you need to go. She would drive her down. She would drop and pick her, which all parents do. And hats off to all parents.
Yeah.
they are just the
Correct.
chauffeur driven. They give their kids the chauffeur driven services.
Yeah.
But that's very important. So then on, she was so hooked to it, and she changed so much that her mother calls me up one day, both of us, and she says that, I have to give you this feedback. I was waiting to give you this feedback actually, that she's doing really well with her studies. She's organizing herself well.
Okay.
And she's more active, not only in the house, but she's really happy with studying.
Yeah.
And I can see that smiling, beaming face back again. And thanks to, the exercise, and thanks to you. I said, it's not thanks to us. It's about thanks to you as a parent who's pushed her to do this.
Yeah.
Thanks to her that she is, willing to be pushed.
Right.
And again, for our efforts, because we are, putting it as a teamwork.
Right.
It's just not one person, it's a teamwork.
Yeah. It is.
That's one real beautiful experience. And then now she's in London and she's doing really well. And she often calls us and says that I miss this studio. I've been here to so many studios, but this is not Pep Up. This is not Pep Up Studio.
Because that
I would say the
connection-
same wherever I go.
The connection is important.
It is.
Yes.
It is. In fact, I remember once working out with your mom, who you had got into the you're trying to get her back into the fitness after her injury and
Yes. So
recovery.
that is also one transformation at home that
Yeah.
we've done. I mean,
Yeah.
we have other people also
Yeah.
who've gone through knee replacements and, all that different change in their life. So fractures, heavy fractures. My mom had lost confidence because she had multiple fracture, and then we started training her, going to the house, and we have a reformer at home, as I told you.
Okay.
Going to the house and started training her on the reformer in the house, and that's how she just bounced back in a few months. And she said that this strengthening really helped me to be back active. We couldn't see our mom sitting back because she's not the person.
She's not that kind of person.
And so that was that's transformation at home. In studio also, we have a person who is 75 years old and had got knee replacements and both his knees.
Okay.
And again, was not very happy. He was gaining weight basically. And he started coming in, and he's doing really well. Then there is this doctor who was coming in. She's I think 68. Yeah. And she had a frozen shoulder.
Okay.
She said, being a doctor, I have this frozen shoulder which I cannot correct. And she came with that complaint to us, and she said that I'm not able to do anything. I cannot raise my hand. It's very, it's painful.
Uncomfortable,
It's
painful,
very
yeah.
uncomfortable every day. I cannot sleep properly.
Right.
And with the exercise, with Pilates and with some earthing exercises, earthing time and right exercises, she's actually given a testimonial on her this thing also. She could raise her hand upright now, like this. And she was so happy with it. That feedback of being pain-free and being able to live your life properly is priceless for us.
It is.
It's absolutely priceless.
So, initially doctors are like a little skeptical whether, this will work. I don't think this is going to work. But, I have tried my own ways.
Yeah.
But then when they see it happening,
Sure.
They believe
No, I
us.
can vouch for it.
There are
I
many
can
doctors,
vouch.
by the way, coming to
We
Yes.
have so many doctors coming to us.
Yes, so many doctors have exercised along with in the batches also. Like we've seen so many doctors. I've exercised with so many doctors in the studio myself, and it is a high pressure job. In fact, all jobs are so high pressure nowadays,
Yeah.
and time is the biggest problem. Traffic is a killer. If you're not pandemic, at least there are some options to work from home. Otherwise, if you have to travel to your workplace, getting back in that traffic, pollution, all of it, and then having children, having to spend that time with them, quantity, quality, whatever. I mean, it's not easy, easier said than done. But yes, you need to really prioritize yourself and working out. Um, uh, but what is that message to mothers, especially, you would give? Because it's very difficult for them to get into this routine. So and break that inertia is very high, basically.
Yes.
So yeah.
So yes. So for mothers, I have a message that first prioritize yourself. Everything else is going to happen. Your job is going to happen. You're going to take care of the kids, the house, everything. But prioritizing yourself is the most important thing. You need to love yourself. And if you really love yourself, you will automatically start doing things for yourself. So, if you don't have time, if say you have time only at night, do some little movements at night. Give yourself time. Everybody else will understand. Let everything else wait.
Yeah.
And give yourself that time. Whether it is 15 minutes also, it's okay. Consistency is the key. You don't need to work out for 1 hour, or you don't need to work out for long hours, but just 15 minutes. I'm sure
Put a mat in your bedroom and at least move.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Every person can give 15 minutes to themselves. And if you cannot, then I don't think whatever you are doing in life is worth it.
Absolutely.
I feel, very frankly, what any mother can do is, start with affirming, making affirmations, okay? And start with saying that I am going to do this. I will be doing this. I have to do this. Once you start affirming every day and saying that these affirmations every day, your mind automatically wants to do it. Makes your body do it. So that is something that you need to first start. Then I would say to all the young mothers that yes, when you were younger and more sexier or more in shape, yeah, you had this beautiful dress which you love. Yeah, that's what I have done. I used to hang that dress in front of my cupboard. Every day it was there in front of my eyes. And I would say, I have to fit in that. I really have to fit in that. And that was a motivator.
Right.
Right? That was my self-motivator. I do not want to do it for anybody else. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it for my husband. I don't want to do it for the society. I want to do it because I want to fit in that dress. So
Yeah.
that is one thing which
Yeah.
I have tried and tested on myself.
Right.
And it has really worked.
Right.
So I think all mothers can use this motivation.
Yeah.
And,
even the fathers sometimes.
yes, the
Let them
fathers-
also, because fathers are under a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Society,
Pressure, yes.
patriarchy is also having its own pressures on men.
Yes.
And
fathers really, all fathers need to,
See, and-
shred that pot belly off.
Yeah. And basically saying that I don't have time.
Huh.
I don't believe this thing as I
Yes.
don't have time.
have to make time.
Because you have to make time. You have time to go out for a party. You make time for that, right? So that is your priority. So why not you yourself? Why isn't your body your priority?
And
So
I
because
think-
that's the only place we live in.
Yes.
That's the actual place we live in.
So I think you carry your body everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You do not carry your house, you do not carry your things everywhere. You carry your body everywhere.
correct.
I really think I really want to say this to the mothers that you go to parlors, you do different treatments for your skin, for your hair, everything. You go shopping, you want to buy expensive stuff, you want to buy really good clothes. To fit in what? Okay, your body, right? So have that fit body so that those clothes look good,
Yeah.
and you feel good about wearing them.
Yeah.
And once those treatments, if you don't, your face is looking good for a while, but if you don't feel happy with it, it's going to show again.
Yeah.
You're going to start feeling that need of going back to the parlor every time.
Yeah, the inner glow is what the
inner
inner
glow is what
happiness,
is
and
really
again
important.
acceptance, self-acceptance also to a large level.
Large level.
Yeah,
Large level. Accept it. Okay, this is my situation.
Yeah.
What do I need to change my situation to a better place?
correct.
So that acceptance is very important.
Yeah, and of course, healthy body and healthy mind both go hand in hand. for your overall well-being.
Yeah.
And being active definitely helps us to be mentally also more
Stable.
stable in
Yes.
many ways.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think with this we've we've spoken so much about fitness, and I really feel that there are many more Nehas and Moushumis, and if you can clone them a little bit more, because the way you connect to your clients and the way you can really bring out that whole motivation to keep coming, to keep working. Like with me, I remember like there were times I didn't feel like turning up, but you had given me some homework, some little things which kept me motivated to
Yes.
do certain things. And
Yeah.
now I'm feeling that change, and it's going to take a time. Nothing happens overnight. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
not going to be
There's one thing very important that,
Yeah.
as a generic message to everybody, not only parents, to,
Yeah.
everybody, that do not expect your body to change like this or a switch of wand,
Yeah.
because that's not going to happen. Everything is consistency. Like a small child also, when the child wants to walk, the child is making definite efforts for months to take that first step.
Correct.
So you need to take those definite small efforts.
Yeah.
Like you said, what can change? Little bit. Okay, I'm going to do 15 minutes of, walk every day.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do little 5 more minutes more. Just add those little minutes more.
Yeah.
Do not just start jumping saying that I'll do 1 hour workout
1 hour, because
immediately.
that won't
if you're
be
not
consistent.
If you're completely tamasic, if you're completely alshi in Marathi, try to just add those 5 minutes,
Yeah.
2 minutes more, 1 minute more in your daily routine.
And I feel
that's going to help.
I'm sure there are days when you don't feel like doing anything. Take it easy. That's okay. You shouldn't be too harsh with your body.
But don't
next
take it too
day,
easy.
don't take it too easy that, okay, for days and days out, I won't be doing anything.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
day you need to get up.
Get up and
if you
push yourself.
still don't feel, just get out of the house and start doing something.
Yes.
Yes.
Super. So everything in moderation,
Everything in moderation.
Understand your own self and try to do things which suit you and which you can do consistently over a period of time. Suddenly, neither we join a gym and then, and leave it within 4-5 days because we overworked ourselves also.
Yes, yes.
So it was really lovely talking to both
It was
of you.
lovely.
And thanks for
you.
coming
Thank
to
you
the
so
show
much.
and sharing your experiences with all
Thank
the
you.
parents.
Thanks
And
a
I'm
lot.
sure it's going to help many people to get moving.
I really hope
Thank
that
you. Thank you for having us
yeah,
here.
I really hope this talk really motivates at least few parents,
yeah.
both men and women,
Yeah.
to get themselves on the fitness track.
Absolutely. With that, I think we come to the end of this episode. So, parents, if you're watching this podcast on your phone, on whatever medium you're watching it, I think put it down and get moving and make it a habit. आज करे सो कल करे so parso, that won't work here. We need to start doing it ASAP. And and let's be fit. Let's love our own self first. Fill our own cup with happiness and well-being, and only then we can spread it to everybody around us. So yeah, that's for today's episode. Thank you so much.